Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal. Fuel tank pressure. 9, 8. Ignition. Maintain. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fuel tank pressure.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CSC Challenger Series. My name is Will Stewart, joined by Nick Teixeira. It's an absolute pleasure to have you back on, Nick.
Okay. All right. He jumped right into it. He got me, of course, and per usual, as you can tell, it's the new front runners, I guess, Nick and I, as we continue on with our CSC coverage brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Sorry, that one scared me, Nick. I wasn't prepared for that at all, buddy. Kudos to you for pulling that off. Well, here we go. Todd Wiegman versus Brett Hollinday in what should be a good Division II battle.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Todd play against, Corey Beck, where he really put on a great performance. Despite the statistics, he was at a 4.15 in that match going into it. He's increased his average by 0.4 since then, so a significant improvement. And it was frankly closer than what we would have given it credit for, especially in that first half. Well, now he's got to play another guy from Legends Bar. That's going to be Brett Hollinday, a previous champion of Division II, someone looking to try to reclaim that title once again.
Yeah, he's looking to retain. It's going to be a tough uphill climb for these guys, no doubt. But they're capable. They're capable of doing it. But hey, let's go to the tail of the tape here. Let's go with Todd Wiegman, aka Thunder Bunny from Schmidt's Amusements. He's got his location Booze 2. Has been playing for 30 plus years, 4.51 MPR. He's got a 62.2 win rate. That accounts for 46 wins on 74 games played, and he's throwing the Harrows Inferno 18-gram barrels right now. With those Harrows 18 grams, he's got 17 9 marks, 75 7 marks, and 6 white horses to boot. So, yeah, I mean, we saw what he was able to do last time on the stream, kind of a surprising effort on his part. But, hey, can he do the same here tonight in this match with Brett Hollinday? I think he's going to have to.
It all comes down to the follow throw with Todd's throw. We've seen it. He kind of has a little bit of flick, a little bit of a snatchier release at times, but when it's going in his favor, he really is an incredible player. But sometimes you get those real haywire turns, and that's where you're going to see some of the big differences. Unlike the form there for Brett Hollinday, goes by the legend out of Midwest, coined for Legends Bar. Been playing for 18 years on and off, 4.65 MPR, 66.7 win rate. These guys are number 1 and number 2 in win rate, by the way. And he's throwing some darts from a drawer. So still rocking the good old reliable unknown mystery barrels. There's some certain level of prowess that comes with not even knowing what darts you're throwing.
Hey, it says, who cares? They work for me, right? He's got 25 9 marks, 75 7 marks. So the exact same 7 marks here in this contest and 4 white horses to boot. So, yeah, good performance overall from Brett Hollinday and his winning CSC performance not too long ago. Yeah, this one's a tough one, man. I think that I would love to give it to Todd. I mean, especially after what he did in his recent effort on the stream. I don't know. I got to give the slight advantage to Brett Hollinday. Just in current form, he's got a subtle advantage on the NPR, but does that really matter here tonight? I don't really think so. I would love to say this is going 9-8. I would love to say this is going 9-8, to be honest, but I just don't see it. 9-6, Brett.
9-6 Brett. All right, very interesting. I think we've seen the higher gear out of Brett season long. I mean, he did average a 5 for a whole season at one point when he did go on his winning season, or at least going into that final, he was at a 5. But on the other hand here, Todd is absolutely a ruthless competitor. I don't think we've seen Brett quite in that same level of form since, giving Todd a slight edge. I think I'll take a 9-8 Todd tonight.
9-8 Todd. Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. Who do you have in the chat? Let us know. Also, we've got an interesting question because, well, this one's kind of interesting because Nick is just, what a guy. He panics and asks me to buy something for him, and he's like, "Hey, I'll send some money for you." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." This dude just automatically sends me a payment from Zelly without saying where it's going.
Zelle.
Okay, whatever. Okay, what app do you go to for these expenditures? Because myself, it's always go to PayPal, maybe Cash App, but I mean Zelle. The go-to on Zelle? Come on, folks. What is that?
Zelle's built into banking apps as we get a white horse. Hiya! From Red Hollinday.
I'm going home, guys. That was absolutely bad.
You are home, Will.
Can I not be here?
No, your family needs you.
That was atrocious. See what I deal with, folks? So we got that going for us.
Well, Brett Hollinday currently starting off real hot in this one. No, I gotta say, Zelle's built into banking apps. It's literally, you don't even have to install anything. As Pickle Nipples 98 puts it best, Zelle is the best, but PayPal is most common.
Okay, he's like 12 probably, so does it matter? No. But okay, John, calm down. Calm down. Okay, maybe this is a bad effort. Maybe I just need to get up on the times, but I'm not confident with it. You know what's best? Cash. You can hand that to me in Vegas. How about that?
If you don't, I was just trying to pay you immediately. And for the record, when you put it as I really need you to buy me something, it's no, I bum Amazon Prime accounts instead of having my own. Let's keep it. I'm glad you stated how real it is, because Brett Hollinday just threw a 557, and you admitted that you bum Prime accounts off of people in 2025. Because it's 2025 in this economy. I have to. You think USA Darts pays me enough?
Steer clear of Nick. He may ask you for something off of Amazon Prime.
Dude, I borrow Amazon Prime. I borrow the Netflix. I borrow the Hulu. Give me the accounts.
I'll give you one mention on a stream in the next year. All righty. Brett Hollinday throwing a nice 557 to win that first leg. And Todd, he had this kind of case last time, if I'm not mistaken, where he only started with a 2 or a 1 mark and too many legs, and that kind of hurt him in the long run. And you can see here, only starts off with a 1 after his first 2 starts. So potential or harmful start right off the bat for Todd.
Well, this is not the same Todd that we saw play against Corey Beck in that first half. That first half, Todd was incredible. And he did start to struggle, and he did start off way too many games, not closing the 20. Frankly, it's a very concerning to see the signs like this early, knowing he's going against Brett Hollinday, notably a very steady player. I think that's what makes Brett so lethal. Is it's not that he throws a 7 and then follows it with a 4 or a 3. He throws a 4 and then a 4-5 and then a 5 and then 5-5 and then a 5, and he does that kind of play the entire night, keeping it within the same range.
Big Trip 17 there. Needs some momentum here. Needs to have some consistency in his starts here. Back-to-back big 7s would be great for him. But right now, Brett's just looking to go run this train on through for leg number 2.
Jay Fouché asked what the purchase was and if it was something I can get at Walmart. It was an ND filter for my camera for an impromptu photo shoot I got called to do on Friday, so I needed it by tomorrow. That's what it was. And Jason Watt got posted on another reel, but this time giving out the damage rather than receiving it from Rams 9-darter. So, Jason, if you haven't seen that one yet, boy, you were a character by how you were perfectly standing behind the logo. It was awesome.
Well, Todd, what do you say? 15s? Hold on to them and try for a 9.
I think what Todd's saying right now is I'm going to be down 2-0 and I need to figure it out quick. Very similar to how my league match went earlier tonight.
Yeah, Nick got slapped around good and hard in this DPFL matchup tonight. Let's be real.
Don't I have more wins than you this season?
How many wins you got?
4.
What's your average?
62.
Okay. All right. Just asking.
I have the 4th lowest average in all of
got-
Division 1 of DPFL, yet I still have more
got-
wins than Will Stewart.
You got one more win than me. I've got 3.
That's fair.
I'm happy though. Hey, I'm happy. I'm just getting back in the game is what matters.
Same here,
But,
brother.
hey, you know Brett Hollinday's happy here. 3.86, but it gets the job done. Is all right. Go ahead and do your job then, Nick. There
I
you go.
was trying to
Appreciate it.
help you because I saw you were talking.
Hey, that's all right.
We
Appreciate
can't
it.
beef the whole night that Sean's gone. What's the
Nope.
other number though? Do we miss the other one?
It was a 2.71, I believe. I'll look back.
We've already broken. Will, can we just say, first off, everyone at home, we are wishing Sean Greenwell wishes. He is sick, supposedly. But no, he did start to sound sick on Monday, so it's not really too surprising. So him and his family all kind of came down with the vid, and hope they are doing well. But secondly, Will, do you think we'll ever make it through this many days in a row on the microphone again?
No, definitely not.
Tuesday was
Definitely
our
not.
only break, and I was texting you to pick up my stream so bad.
Well, Hollinday here. Looking at the 18s. See if we can get 6. He cannot. So if you're Todd, this is your leg to make your presence known. Go 2-1 and then try to make it 2-2. Jules Van
Yeah.
Dongen in the chat. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah, always a beloved friend of USA Darts and the PPD.
He's
And
going through
us,
that.
I guess.
He's going through that, battle right now of his throw. We all know that, and wish him well. Looks like he's on the uphill.
I just love the transparency of it. I don't think there's enough dart players that talk about the mental health aspects of the game, that talk about the psychological aspects of your own throw, the physical aspects that can develop or undevelop even, and the process of trying to fix it. I think players like Jules being that open and honest really helps pave the way for other players that have similar struggles.
Agreed. 100% agree. It's a tough subject, but it's good to talk about so that others that have the same issues know that, hey, you can get over it. It just takes a battle to do it,
I think
Right
you just
now,
need to arm
Todd-
wrestle Will Stewart. That's all it is. One good arm wrestle session with you, and it'll get fixed.
I'll be going down on that one. No doubt. No doubt. Well, Brett finds some bowls, but I don't feel it's going to be enough. Brett Hollinday for the leg needs 3.
Todd's on the board.
That he is. He's gonna feel better about that one. First 2 legs a little bit forgettable, no doubt, but 4.96. That's something to look up on.
Well, we've seen in our last 3 matches, it was a 4-0 start, a 3-0 start, and a 4-0 start. So to have it only be a 2-1 start might be a good omen for Todd, just considering how the last couple of matches have started off for us.
I agree. And we don't forget we had a massive comeback from Chris in our Monday night battle. Wow, what a player to do that, man. What a player to do that. And this time Brett starts off with a 2 mark and Todd hammers in a good 7. I think he's got his confidence back and he's finding some true rhythm now.
It wasn't going to go away for long, but it's the streakiness that's scary. Because again, I think Brett, for the most part, is a very, very consistent player. Now, these last two leagues statistically are not the most impressive. That 3.86 was more so just missing some darts at the end of a league that was in a high 4. And then that 4.2 against the 4.96 wasn't very high octane, but for the most part, Brett is just going to be in a steadier gear, and Todd's going to have to take advantage of these hot flash moments.
Some people tuning in here on our social media platforms. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you, Jason Watt. Good job this past weekend. We got Sean tuning in from Scotland per usual. Good to see you. Give us a like. Give us a share if you have not. Smash that subscribe button if you're on our YouTube page.
And just to clarify, Will was talking about that first half comeback from Chris, where he was down 4-0, brought it back to 4-3 at the break. He did not come back in the totality of the match. But I think if that break wasn't there, that might not be the case. I think he would have completed a potential full comeback.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. To go 4-0 down off the start, that is truly tough. So, yeah, go ahead and come back from that down to make it at least 4-3 going into break. That's pretty nice.
So is Pickle and Tyler $sign the same? Like, are they just alt accounts? That's my theory. They're always in chat at the same time.
That probably is it, to be fair. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure Tyler just like, dang it, they found out. But yeah, it's interesting to be dedicated that much, to have two of them.
Listen, my fans are always the best fans. I'll keep it 50-50 straight.
That's good.
Why are you laughing? Was there a joke in there?
Yeah, you know exactly what the joke was. Oh, man. All right, here's Brett. Chugging along, grabs the 17s over to the 15s. That's a big 9 mark for him.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, my. We could have went one whole evening without it. That you chose otherwise.
Pickle in the chat says, it's not, honestly. This is Nick. All right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Double for the win. He attacked it. Only grabs the single bull there, but a 5-2-5, and Todd needing a little bit more than he has or is capable of getting. Should work.
And looking really solid here for Brett. The legs he's doing well on, it seems to be some very strong legs.
I'd say so. I mean, 5-2-8 there, that'll work. Especially when you're averaging a 4.65 for the whole kit and caboodle. We know what he's. I mean, what was this average in the CSC that he won almost a 5, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
He was a 5-0 flat going into the final. I don't recall post-final what it finished at, but I remember it was and this is an honest thought we had at the time was, man, a 5-0 in Division 2 as a season-long average, that's unbeatable. Like it felt insane at the time, but now we see these players get to those 4-8s, 4-9s, and 5-0s time and time again. I think Brett just set that precedent first. For season-long averages, that is.
Well, that was a big lunge there on dart number 3 for Todd. And his last effort, I think that's why he kind of missed. But he's starting to really take off on these starts. But Brett's up for it. Big 6 there as he fires back with a 24-point advantage.
I'm curious to see how aggressive Todd will play this. I think that this is one of those moments where I would have preferred that aggression, but it doesn't matter if you know your last start's going to trip.
Okay, I'll give him this due. Pickle says we should make a Will alt account name always in stock. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Good thinking there. I'm sure the crowd will enjoy that one.
See, That's cool. Why is mine Pickle Nipples 98? What the heck, dude?
You know why, Nick. You know why.
Yeah, I know why.
All righty. Hollinday searching for the 15s. Todd is certainly making it tough here, and Nick's making it tough on me to keep my sanity this week. All right, Todd to the 15s. Just needs the 3 singles to close out. He finds it tough as well. That's the 2. I wonder if he's listening to us and dealing with Nick just like all of us are.
Oh, I we need Sean. There he is. Oh yeah, I'm the one who goes off the rails, he says.
No, we all know who goes off the rails. It's the 26 going on 13-year-old that we have behind the control deck.
Do you want me to bring back my 13-year-old self? It's the main man, it's the only man. It's the Nick Man 98 here, back with another Minecraft commentary. That was my intro
once
back
again,
then, boys.
Todd misses the big wedge, and things could get interesting here. That's a 6 mark from Brett, but now he makes it difficult on Todd. Todd needs to commit once again a couple at the 20s here, and he needs to find a triple.
He finds it and should be able to stabilize.
I would have taken the 15s there.
I agree. If he takes a single 15, it leaves him 4 bulls. If Brett hits a white horse, instead he's continuing the battle along and hoping for a better opportunity. But he's really going against a very informed Brett towards the corner pockets right now.
I really think Todd should have just taken the 15s, despite being down. You're forcing a 9 from Brett. Granted, he does take it there, has the 5-point advantage, so all's okay if you're Todd Wiegman.
And Brett, I do like the idea of going forward the white horse in the scenario. If he hits it, it's a 4-3 on the bulls. It's, either way, you're in a very troublesome spot. Todd should start the bull. If it doesn't stick, move on. But good marker dart to try to take this and get a second leg on the board. Not quite yet, but no game shot available for Brett.
Yeah, just the bulls is all he can muster up here. But Todd, 1 to close. Needs some points as well.
Should be A-okay in the scenario. Just gotta be careful. Ooh.
That's the problem. You gotta hit a big one of those big numbers. I mean, Brett put it out of the singles distance there to close, per se. I mean, he needed at least a triple and a single or a double and a single to take the look at the bull.
And Brett's doing everything right.
It's not over yet.
He's saying it's incredibly sticky in this leg. Finds 5 bulls, and frankly, he's hoping for an opportunity where Todd doesn't get that point lead back, like you were saying there, Will.
He's gonna get a look. He's gonna get a look here because he got the 10-point advantage. Take your shot at 1. If you don't get it, you got the bulls to go back to. Here we go, folks. This could be 4-1.
Oh,
not quite. Back to the bull. Yep, back to the bull. Finds at least the 1, but I mean 3 big singles and it's over here for Todd. So 2 20s, or sorry, no, I forgot the 19s. There you go, though. He gets the triple and gets it in for the leg. 4.63 to a 4.55. Scrappy. It got real scrappy there. Well, it got close at the end.
It was just as much Todd letting Brett back into the leg as it was Brett forcing his way back into it.
Insane. Once again, folks, this is all brought to you by dartstoc.com and partners promoting darts. So if you want to get involved, head on over to dartstoc.com, click on the map, look at the closest location to you, and head on over and play in the bar. Let me tell you what. They have some great incentives, some great payouts when it comes to DRTs, as well as the Tournament of Champions. So if you can get involved, do so now. and maybe you can win some big money. You never know.
Well, I need you to be honest here for a second, okay?
What?
How many times have you rotated your dartboard? If you want to know more, watch A to Z Darts guide on why, how, and when to rotate your dartboard. Head on over to the website a-zdarts.com or check out their YouTube channel to learn more. That's a-zdarts.com. Specifically steel tip boards, please don't rotate soft tip boards. If you do, we are not liable for any damages that may happen.
Way to go off the cuff there for the end, because that is an important little bit that some people need to know.
You know, there's a reason disclaimers exist for a lot of different things, and there's a reason there should be more disclaimers for certain things.
Well, Brett has the start here in this leg.
Jordan Klein actually bring up a super good point. A friend from New Orleans says they switch over to TKO now, so it's more open for people. Now, that's true. You can play DRTs at any G3 online dartboard across the U.S. So as long as it has working cameras and internet, you can play in DRTs, start getting your points in. I know for a fact when I'm on the road now, that enables me so much more to be able to continue. Even though I stream most PPD major events and I don't play in any PPD major events, I still try to climb up my average, play those DRTs, and now it's even easier to do so, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the switch to TKO, I think, is an important switch. We're seeing the advantages that it has now, and why it's smart for people to use that system. So yeah, it can only bring good things to Partners Promoting Darts, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the change on that platform, as we're going to see a big one from Todd Wiegman, a good 7 mark, which keeps him in the mix here. But for how long? Can Brett just go ahead and hammer a big triple 20 and then take the look? Not quite, but he's still going to take the look and get the 17s closed.
Yeah, that was a great last start, considering those first two were kind of hanging in an awkward spot anyways for Brett. So to be able to go ahead and take that kill shot, and Todd does go ahead and kill right back, but really it's Brett's to lose. If he hits a 3 mark, that punishes Todd. Todd's only way to get out unscathed is for Brett to not close the number. Well, now Brett. Can you get another one?
All right. He'd have to have another one to make it interesting. And I don't know. If you're Brett here, do you go with the 15s first?
Trip
I think
15s,
so.
16s. That's your shot.
Gets the trip 15, has the guts to go over, and not quite on the 16s.
Another end of leg scrappy affair, dipping below the 4s for both these players. I guarantee you they're feeling a little bit of the heat right now. Brett knows if he wins this leg, he'll have that advantage going into break locked in. Todd, on the other hand, knows he wants to make the match chalk.
If I only had a Scrappy Doo impression right now, I'd do it after your
Scrappy Doo!
Good 7 from Brett. 290 plays 255.
I feel like you guys preferred it when I only did a Boss Hawk impersonation.
Yeah, I do. We really do. Preferably no impressions, because they're so bad at times. But the Scrappy one, it was okay.
That one's okay, actually. We have fun at our jobs, and Brett doesn't really do too much there. He leaves Todd an opportunity to return to sender, the Brett syndrome. 3 bowls needed for a shot to 15s. Needs to stay focused.
Uh-oh. Not quite. Brett to close. And that's not necessarily a bad option. Just go ahead and get on the 15s and force a little bit more at a Todd.
He needed 5 to push the game
he
shot
can
out of
still
the way.
do it. He can still do it here. Double, trip 15, and he gets it.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Brett needed 5 on the 15s to push the game shot out of range.
Exactly.
But no harm, no foul. Only 2 bulls. Starts with a double. Now he's just going to go ahead and stay there. Single bull still needed. Does find it. Brett Hollinday locks in a 4-2 lead, guaranteeing he's going to have the lead going into the break. But can Todd still make this 4-3 and keep this nice and close? And this very, very, I hate overusing the word scrappy, but this is definitely a close knit affair where there's some very highs and very low moments of these legs.
Well, it's coming down to some corner numbers is what it is. They're finding themselves in tight situations, and I mean that's what cricket's all about. It can turn on around. It really can. And a big 9 mark, and your opponent doesn't hit that. Comes up with a 3. All of a sudden, you have the advantage where you were down and out. A couple rounds before. It's interesting how a game of cricket can do that.
Yeah, and that's what I think so many people, especially in North America, love the game of cricket, myself included when I say that. It's just because you feel like you have so much more control of your own destiny, but also your opponent has control of your destiny, and sometimes they give you gifts, and it can feel amazing, or sometimes you really just earn a leg for yourself, and that feels even better.
More of the Europeans, more of the UK people are starting to enjoy our coverage. We see it in our chat all the time now because of how intense the action and the up and downs can be. I mean, as part of the attraction of a soft hit board is not only the lights and the sounds, but it's also the big things that can happen. I mean, you can have rounds of back to back to back to back 9s where you're like, what am I seeing right here? And it's just because it's your better players are just capable of doing that on a soft hit board, where maybe they're not quite capable of doing that on a steel side.
Yeah, well, and steel tip cricket feels so different than soft tip cricket, like definitively so. While the strategies have some parallels, the way that soft tip cricket just feels, no matter what board you're even playing on, just has this certain engaging factor to it that's kind of hard to put a quantitative note on.
All right, Brett has the option on the 18s. Can take a look at the 20s. Instead, he chooses another 18 there and doesn't find it. Just the 4 mark.
Ranger's saying the biggest attraction to soft tip is the auto scoring. I don't think that's the case anymore. There's more and more systems coming out for auto scoring. If anything, I think it's the ease of online play, and just specifically how online play looks in soft tip versus steel tip. I think that's probably its biggest appeal now, because I'll be honest, I'm sold on that Scolia system ever since I tried it.
Sure you are, Nick. Sure you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
18s are still the option here. Your eyes lit up more than a little kid on Christmas when you played a match on that Scolia.
It was really cool. And I won against you, which is even better.
All right, Shirley will close the 18s pretty quick here. Hammers in a big trip 20. Trying to make this 4-3 going into break.
Yeah, Brett, this is where he gets a little bit lethal in this matchup. These corner pockets have absolutely been his friend and have caused a lot of woes for Todd. But Todd, going to go ahead and prove me wrong real quick. Beautiful 7 mark from the Thunder Bunny.
I can't find enough 15s here. So yet 2 to 15s to close. On to the Bulls. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go up to the 20s here. Yeah, that was his option.
Charlie A saying, hello, peeps. Sorry I'm late. Hey, better late than never. Look at this from Brett. Oh, misses the dagger dart on the 20s would have left it 3-2 on the Bulls. Todd's got to be careful here. Single 20 pushes the Bull.
Yeah,
I want to see him play it safe. Never mind.
He just goes for it and gets it. 4.14 as he makes it 4-3 here in our matchup as we go into break. We're tight knit here, folks. It's been a back and forth battle. Some close deciding legs. You want to hang with us as we look to crown a winner here in our Division II battle. William Stewart, Nick DeShero. We'll be right back with more in just a moment.
Just a moment.
Got a dartboard with shabby segments and worn out sisal? Don't buy that brand new dartboard just yet. There's a much better solution. Knowing how and when to rotate your dartboard is an underrated practice many players neglect. Why rotate your dartboard? Although sisal is self-healing, you can't prevent the damage that occurs over time with high traffic segments like the treble 20. By rotating your dartboard, you can replace the 20 segment with a different segment that sees a lot less dart action. The damage gets distributed throughout all the segments, making your board last much longer. Decide how to rotate your dartboard. Whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, be sure to stick with one method of rotating your board for consistent results. If you rotate it clockwise one time and then counterclockwise the next, you may be going back to a previously damaged segment instead of a fresh one. Return your board accessories back to your board once you've rotated it, starting with the number ring, and you're done. Dartboards are a big investment, so it's important to take good care of them. Regularly rotating your dartboard will help ensure you are throwing at a fresher 20 segment and will help make your dartboard last longer. Hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at azdarts today.
What are O-rings? Meet these little guys. O-rings are small rubber rings that you can place on your shaft thread so it won't come loose. Here are 4 easy methods to put on an O-ring. The tuck and roll. Hold your O-ring against the thread and with your fingers stretch it over the shaft. Simply roll it down and it's on. The knit and roll. In a similar fashion, use the point of a dart to stretch the O-ring over the threads like this and roll it down. The backslide. Place the O-ring over the back of the shaft and roll it down the entire length until it sits at the base. If the previous methods are too hard, you'll love the O-ring applicator tool. Fit the O-ring onto the top like so, then place the tool over the shaft and roll it down like you see here. This is hands down the simplest method and the one we recommend most. A fun alternative is L-Style's gum system. Put the small cap on your shaft and that's it. It's fast and easy, but each cap is one-time use, whereas O-rings are reusable and only $2 a pack. Secure your shafts today.
In this video, I'll be going head-to-head against the entire staff in a thrilling best-of-3 match. But with a twist, we'll be relying on the Omni auto scoring system to keep track of the scores. How accurate is this thing? We threw nearly 1,000 darts to put the Omni cameras to the test. All right, double 4, here we go. No! Miles away. So far off. The Omni cameras are detecting exactly where the dart is landing on the board with instant recognition.
Hey, thanks for letting me win the last one.
You unleashed the beast. Of course, Nate, the experienced player, is not going down without a fight as he lands a precision double 7.
Yes, game shot and a match.
That's cool.
The score is being calculated for you in real time, plus the element of the darts caller from the app. They work together to provide such an elevated play experience.
Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal. Fuel tank pressure 61.
Got a dartboard with shabby segments and worn out sisal? Don't buy that brand new dartboard just yet. There's a much better solution. Knowing how and when to rotate your dartboard is an underrated practice many players neglect. Why rotate your dartboard? Although sisal is self-healing, you can't prevent the damage that occurs over time with high traffic segments like the treble 20. By rotating your dartboard, you can replace the 20 segment with a different segment that sees a lot less dart action. The damage gets distributed throughout all the segments, making your board last much longer. Decide how to rotate your dartboard. Whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, be sure to stick with one method of rotating your board for consistent results. If you rotate it clockwise one time and then counterclockwise the next, you may be going back to a previously damaged segment instead of a fresh one. Return your board accessories back to your board once you've rotated it, starting with the number ring, and you're done. Dartboards are a big investment, so it's important to take good care of them. Regularly rotating your dartboard will help ensure you are throwing at a fresher 20 segment and will help make your dartboard last longer. Hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of this great matchup. This is Brett Hollinday taking on Todd Wiegman here in what should be an absolute good one. Looking forward to seeing these guys on the live stream. Will, what do you got to say about this first half?
Nick. Let me tell you what I got to say about that first half. Kind of interesting. 4.60 for Brett, 4.07 for Todd. Only 2 9 marks up for grabs so far. Those are both from Brett Hollinday. So, yeah, some more to be had here. I mean, on both parties. I think Brett's capable of a little bit more. I mean, yes, he's averaging a 4.65 going into this, but I know what he's done in the past CSC, so I expect a 4.8 is where he's going to end on. But yeah, we know Todd's got a little bit more in him too. But looking at the overall scoreline of 4-3, anything can happen here based on what these guys did at break.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's really kind of run away with this one in any way, shape, or form. Frankly, I'm just surprised Todd's kind of getting away with the average he's getting away with so far. That's kind of the most shocking part about this. Normally, when you see a half a mark separation in averages, it spells out a very certain fate. Instead, it's only 1 leg separation in a new half. So who knows? And it's not like he had a real dominant performance going in to the break. So I think he might have enjoyed that little sit at the bar stool, maybe a little bit of liquid refreshments. I'm curious to see how Todd comes in the second half.
Same here. Well, Brett does gather 57 on the 19s, and unfortunately for Todd, he only comes up with 2 on the 18s. So here we go, right off the start here of our break. Brett had the potential and still chose to close the 18s. Now a little bit more points. No, he elected to go aggressive at the 17s there. Interesting move, but he wanted to make a statement early here after the break.
And I mean, hey, statement is a statement. We know what Brett can do, and we know when he's feeling good how much he can really run away with legs. Currently 5-2 up for Randall Wisnat over Jesse Gore.
Hey, wow. Did somebody throw that in the chat?
No, I have the live stream pulled up.
Awesome.
Jesse has the feed. I just saw it up there. I was like, I'll check that real quick.
You know, Randall Wisnat, another guy that I knew going into this how great of a player he is, but really putting on some true form, exactly like of Chris Champlin, who we saw in our champion that we saw in Division number 1 on Monday night. I mean, to make a 7th, 8th run here and leading the pack here in your matchup, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, no doubt.
Yeah, I'll give you credit there. I mean, you absolutely called Randall going on a run this season. And currently, I mean, if he wins this, I believe he goes on to play Bobby Dees Jr. in a 5th, 6th position match. Great way to have your season go and with room for the rest of the run. But Jesse Gore, who we started off with early in the season, has just had his struggles. And when he snaps into it, he's lethal. You just don't want him to snap into it against you.
All right, good charge there from Brett, but still open-handed here. I don't know. I don't think that was enough. I feel like Todd needed. I mean, yeah, the 5 would have been great, but more than that would have been ideal. I mean, honestly, a 7 mark, as Brett should be able to go ahead and take a shot at the 17s. He did. 1 hole out of the triple.
And I don't mind him being a little conservative with the 19s because he has 2 numbers up. With him going trip 19, and then the 17, it forces a perfect round there from Todd. Even a 7 wouldn't have been enough because it only requires the 1 mark to close. So I think that was a great shot selection from the legend Hollinday.
Well, he does go ahead and close the door on the 19s, forcing Brett to a new wedge, but I think he's going to handle this just fine. 16s or 15s. He'll probably go 16s. Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing there. I was thinking he's probably going to go ahead and try to snag the 15s as well, at least with 1 dart.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we saw that same gamble from Todd earlier in this match where he went for those closes, basically asking Brett to miss and then hopes he gets a chance for a 5 or more. It didn't really pay off this go around. Brett was able to firmly grab the 16s on the first, not as much of a question about it, but this is an opening here. Brett Hollinday trying to go for the 315s, instead only 1 trip 16 on the last dart. Good saving dart, but gives Todd a chance for the 9. He would need all 3 triples though. That's 1. Doesn't get the 2nd. Still goes for it on the 3rd. I'm not sure about that in this given situation
Dangerous
at this
play.
point in the match.
Yeah, dangerous play there, and Brett should be able to take the reins and make this 5-3, spread some distance in between him and Todd. Yeah, perfect play there. Perfect play there.
Definitely spread the distance.
The words you chose to go with there to repeat are ideal. Good choice there, bud. All righty. 1-2 gets it done. 4.29 to a 4.27. What a tight leg there.
Yeah, a very tight leg there.
Stop it. Stop it.
Here we go. On to another leg of great darting action. 5-3, and Todd's going to try to hold his throw, bring it back within 1, but he has yet to get a lead in this matchup. He's just going to try to keep it within range here, as he does start off with a wonderful 7 on those 20s.
Yeah, he's got to take advantage here. This leg, make it 5-4, and I honestly think he needs to make it 5-5. I think these, we always say leg number 7, 8, 9. Those are the legs that matter the most. And what Todd did get leg number 7, but he lost leg number 8. He needs leg number 9, and like I said, I think he needs the 10th as well.
Well, I mean, they've been trading legs ever since Brett got the first 2, right? So Brett started off early, got 2-0 lead, and then has just been maintaining. He's been winning on his throw and losing on the opposing darts. If he gets another break, he's going to be in pole position, as that is just our 3rd 9 mark of the match, by the way. A little bit of a 9 mark drought tonight. And all 3 by Brett Hollinday.
Yeah, I agree with you. A little bit of a drought, but that's gonna happen here and there where we experience those.
And look at this, Brett finding those 18s. He says, how about this? Back to back. I'll make up for it right here. Good stuff from Hollinday.
And this was where he could, if you're Todd, you don't want this stand from Brett, but this could be the moment.
And Todd's on a 5.75 at the 20s right now. He's going to be happy with how this is going so far, regardless of all the 9s. And when they come in dividends, they can go in droves. Only gets one there. Todd should grab these 18s. If he's hit 2 9s on him in this leg, you don't want him to get another round. Does so immediately and is able to push along the game. Doesn't glide off that barrel into the trip like he wanted, but it's still a solid 5.
Well, I mean, it's a great 7, but as you can see, just 16 points of differential, 120, close it down. Yep, back on up. Perfect play from Todd. Good 7.
And this is a good leg because it's Brett trying to challenge a break. 5.8 going against the darts.
Exactly.
And Todd's doing everything right to make sure to defend.
Well, this is the big moment. We usually see, you get tight in the break, and then somebody usually breaks free at this time or the next leg in a match, and that's why we say these are big moments. So
I want to break free. I want to break free. That was bad.
He's dressed up the same as the music video right now too, if you didn't know. But hey, here we go. Back to the match. Tries to make it play at the 20s and does it.
Should be able to go 1, 2, 3 in the 15s. Dozen and 1 on to the Bulls. Thunder Bunny striking lightning. Why is it when Sean sings, everyone's like, oh, haha, it's so funny. And then like when I do it, it's like someone killed their
you're
parakeet.
just off. It's just like you're dancing. You're so off tune, off beat. It's not even like you're the William Hung of competitive singing, brother. It's bad.
Well,
it's
I
not.
might be offbeat,
it's so bad. It's good.
I might be offbeat, but at least my darts don't have to be on sale to sell.
Ouch! That was a good one, brother. That was a good one. Speaking of, hey, please buy my darts. Please buy my darts. All right. Well, Brett, I mean, a bull and a single, really cool. It would be really, really cool. Double. Oh, not going to happen. Does get the double in the last bit here. So
if Todd doesn't trip on dart 1, I don't want him to go for the bull. He can't afford to lose this leg.
He's stay on the 20s. I like your thinking there.
Well, now that's an easy choice.
Oh, he barely gets it, but I mean, this can still go here. 2 big bulls, and he gets to play at the double 20. 1 bull,
true.
2 bulls, double 20, and he goes for the triple.
It was 1 hole low. Now
I'm going double. I'm going double there myself.
Oh, Todd has to just hit a single on that first dart to get the shot at the bull. He does still hit it anyways, but it's riskier than he would have preferred.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wipe your brow, Todd Wiegman. Barely scoots by on that one. 4.45 beats a 4.90 in that leg. Woo. That was tight. And I mean, Todd about paid for it there, but how about this? Only a 2-mark start from Brett Hollinday. Wiegman, a good time for a 7-mark, bud.
Yeah, this is one. He's been opening up with more and more 7s. This time we'll take a 5 because it was a free gift. 40 points he wasn't expecting to have on those 20s. Tyler's saying that was match turning darts. I don't think so. If Brett hits it, yes. I don't think so yet, just because we haven't seen Todd be able to break Brett's throw.
This may be the time he does it. We'll see. It's going to be difficult. He makes the. Oh, yes. See, that's what I'm saying. This may be the time he does it here. Big 4 mark on the 20s and then gets the close on the 19s. And now Brett's only option is the 18s here. May take a swing for the close of the last. We'll see.
I would like to see the close in this scenario, I think.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Especially when you stop to think about it, you have to just go for the easier of the two.
This is so gritty.
Widowy.
Goodness.
And Todd, only a single 18 on the turn. I don't like that frustration dart when you have an X on your 20.
You see him slap those darts there. He wasn't happy with it by any means. He knows that it was his opportunity to steal this leg, and he's kind of let it slide on back to Brett. And, yep, he shuts the door on the 20s.
Now you're going to be asking for a big shot here on the 17s to try to make up for lost ground.
And you had that higher ground, man. You had the higher ground. He does get the 6, but I don't know if it's enough.
I don't know if it's enough, but it's enough to keep him in the leg for this moment.
Brett's been pretty good on the 18s. Yeah, 6 mark there.
Now, Todd can still be within striking distance, but that first dart has missed in the last 3 shots in a row at least. Does still recover well, finds 6, but Brett's going to be itching for an opportunity to shoot at the 17s. These 18s, when he's hitting them, he's hitting all of them.
I mean, that's the point now where he hits 1 triple and he can take the look. He takes the look early. I absolutely love it. Look at that massive 7 mark there from Brett Hollinday.
Yeah, that's a firm, dominant shot from Hollinday. Really good stuff.
So we got the extra view here where we just flip-flopped our cameras so we can see both perspectives. And, Nick jumping on over. I think Gina's back there, and all she did was just give Brett a nod of approval. That's all I saw from her. Nod of approval. That's all he needs.
Good 6 from Todd. Thunder Bunny trying to continue to storm in this leg, but it's looking like the winds are blowing in Brett's direction. Finds the 18s. Onto the bull. A pseudo coffin shot of sorts. Beautiful stuff.
No, that you can consider that the old coffin shot. Hammer it in.
I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Can't make
nail. Throw in a couple nails on that coffin. That's 6-4.
It's still dangerous territory, but Todd's been so good at keeping it within 1 leg that you can't say it's over yet. It's been a good battle, but so far, steady Brett has stayed true.
Well, here we go. Some numbers. Brett, 4.66. Todd has bounced it up to 4.21.
Ay, Dios mío, Conjito del Trueno. That's not what Thunder Bunny needed.
I'm laughing because I don't know if you actually knew what you were saying or not.
Yeah, I said, oh my God, Thunder Bunny.
Okay, Nick, sure. Let us know if he's correct in that one or not. All right. Well, look at this 0-0 score line, and we're going to stay 0 as Todd goes into the 18s here, and Brett will have to go down to the 17s.
This has been a gentleman's game. No, gentleman for Brett Hollinday decides to stay in the 17s.
He tries to keep it as gentlemanly as possible. Single 17 and then goes at the 18. You can't blame him for that one.
Now the single 18 goes at the 17. Oh. Chet.
Yeah, I agree with Bobby's statement of too much. Jeff says, "See, oh my, I'm sorry that this is day number 107. It feels like with Nick and me, Nick and I, whatever.
You got there. You got there. I wasn't even going to say it that time.
6 mark for Brett, as he looks to make this 7-4, and it's going to have to be a 9 for Todd for it to really just kind of make a stand, and he's not going to capitalize there.
Yeah, this is the exact turning point in this, where Todd's been doing a really good job of alternating legs after the initial 0-2 start. If he goes down 7-4, it's going to be very detrimental for him to try to get back into this, just because he hasn't been able to break Brett yet. Full-blown Mike Maloney and Tony Gisborne conversation going on about high-level professional play.
Hey, conversations should happen. Why not? Throw them in the chat. What is your favorite color?
And why do you
actually
use
in
Zelle
honor
over PayPal?
actually in honor of Nick, what is your third favorite color? Because that's a random question I have to deal with all the time with Nick Teixeira.
You love that question. Don't even act like you don't.
So
I don't understand. Why would Todd in that shot shoot the 17? A single bull adds a dart. Brett Hollinday only needs one. When you try to close the 17, he wasn't blocked enough to that. I don't get, like, that dart was him conceding the leg.
Yeah, it wasn't the ideal moment, to be fair. But yeah, he pretty much did concede the leg there, and Brett Hollinday goes back to back for the first time since leg 1 and leg 2 as he extends this match to 7-4.
Dan saying, if they go the ESPN route, I hope they bring Nick to do commentary. I don't know, like, which they you're referring to, whether it be CSC or Bullshooter, but this is me not nervous. Imagine my nervous anxiety.
Please, God, no.
On ESPN.
You know how many puns he'll say on ESPN? It'll be pun after pun after pun after pun after pun after pun.
Evan Bulbridge would absolutely kill me.
180 pun 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 pun. Oh my goodness, it'd be bad.
Turning it around like a 180 in this moment. It's Nick Teixeira.
Oh jeez, exactly. All right, Brett. What does he need to find here to make this interesting? Good start from Todd. Yeah, of course you need to find triples, but ideally he would have needed to find a 7 there to really, for it to matter. Doesn't find it, so you could just see the single, single, single. Yep, or hammer in the triple at the second. That'll work.
Steven. Wham, bam, peanut butter and jam.
That's going to be how he opens the show. Wham, bam, peanut butter and jam. Nick Teixeira here for the call. Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine? All right.
Hey, Brett Hollinday, Todd Wiegman, when you guys watch this back, just blame the fact that Sean Green's not here. Can we just blame Sean?
Yeah, won't blame him.
Actually,
and you. Blame
we've gone
you.
off the rails ever since Carly had a baby. we need Carly yelling at us again.
One time for the one time. All right, does find the triple, but yeah, I mean, only the 4 mark there. Todd could take the early look.
I think Todd needs to just make sure he doesn't drop any legs. Okay, he throws that first dart beautifully, but the second one wasn't even close. I don't know if the third dart, like if I missed my second dart by off the margins like that, I don't know if I would have the confidence to try to shoot that 17. And I just don't want Brett to ever consider being able to shoot my 20s if I'm in Todd's position, because the moment Brett gets to 8 wins, my job becomes so much harder. At least at 7-4, you can still try to fight for a little bit.
Yeah, 8 wins just seems so tough, especially if it's 8-4, 8-5, even that 8-6. I mean, it's just you know what you need to win. It's 3, 4, 5 legs, and my goodness, what do you do?
Todd
You just
only gets one more start as well after this one at the current point of this matchup until it goes to an 8-8 tie, if it goes to an 8-8 tie. And so far, I don't think Todd's hit a single 9 mark tonight, and that's going to be number 5 for Hollinday.
He needs to hit a couple of them. I mean, he's got 17 for the season. Granted, Brett had 25 going into this, now 30.
And that average difference has not changed. It was 0.5 average difference at the half. It is still 0.5. It's 0.51 separated between these two players at the moment. They have not been able to really get over the difference. Todd has not been able. He's channeling his week 1 stats versus what he has been doing every week since. And he knows he's capable of more, but he needs to find more in this moment. Again, taking a moment of aggression at the 15s, where even if he did hit it, I still don't think it helps him enough.
Well, Brett closes the 16s here, and it looks like he just potentially locked in this leg for him at 8-4.
Yeah, this is getting to detrimental territory for Todd. That's a great last start. Keeps him in the leg, but it's still Brett's leg to lose overall, especially if he finds that first start trip. Let's see how conservative he plays this or how aggressive he decides to go. Trip 15 should be able to go to the bull. Finds a single. It's going to stay and does get it there. 8-4. Brett Hollinday making it feel like Christmas at the moment. Because it's a Hollinday.
Ha, ha, ha.
Was that like your fancy Squidward laugh?
No, not really, but it works. Anyway, do we have any count on the Wisnat matchup?
I can check. I forgot about it.
Yeah, go ahead and check on that one. See what the score line is there. The winner of this matchup will play Corey Beck in the 5th, 6th position. So a reminder of that one. The winner of Jesse Gore and Randall Wisnat will play Bobby Dees Jr. in that 5th, 6th position. Now, I assume next week we'll get Mike Segal versus Jordan Meyer, as they've already queued in the Mike Maloney and Mike Maloney and Ram Guevara matchup for April 2nd. So just be prepared for that as we go into next week.
It's King Seat week next week. That's my favorite week of the CSC Challenger Series. And you might say, well, what about finals week? Well, I like King Seat week better because I feel like it's the amount of times where we don't see double dips is one thing or another versus the amount of times where we really see these crazy seat matches.
You told me Shark Week was your favorite.
No, I'm afraid.
Oh.
8-2 right now in favor of Wisnat. So pretty much, and it might go 8-3 here. It looks like in this given leg, but Randall looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, what a performance! I just, like I said, I knew he was going to be a tough competitor, but proving it here in this run in Division number 2. Number 2.
What is that? Who is that?
Oh my goodness, folks! Go ahead and tell them in the chat.
Greg Harrison saying, Nick, it's time for a promotion. Be proud and loud. Hair color doesn't count. Well, I can tell you, I'm a little too proud, a little too loud nowadays. I'll be honest.
You know, Scott, maybe you're not evil enough.
Oh, okay. I've seen Austin Powers. But number 2 wasn't enough. I needed a little bit more runway to stick that landing.
It's pretty good. Dr. Evil, who does number 2 work for? See, like, that's pretty good. If you know, you know.
$1 million.
Okay, that was terrible. Never do that again. Oh, gosh. All right, well, here we go. Todd, 2 16s just to close it. Probably, yeah, I was thinking probably we'll go over to the 15s and just go ahead and close those two, or at least attempt to, and yeah, captures the big triple.
Yeah, Todd's going to get this leg, and he will get the start in the next one. So my previous statement about him getting one more start was wrong. But this next leg will be his last start. He needs to obviously get that. But not only just win this next leg, he needs to dominate this next leg. The type of leg that gives you the momentum in the match and deflates your opponent a little bit. That's his route to try to get out of the scenario. As it's currently 8-5. Brett Hollinday still sitting on match point.
Got caught up in the chat. They got caught up in some quotes too. Of course. You know why not? That happens.
Oh, as they should. Because I don't know what's happening half the time. Now, that's a good 7 from Todd, and a very different opening than what we've seen him do, the traditional stay up on the 20s. When you're down in this position, you need to rattle 3 in a row, as Brett, by the way, hits his third 3 in the bet on the 18th tonight. You have to throw the book at Hollinday. You need to get a little crazy with it, whether that be playing aggressive, whether that be mixing up your strategy, whether that be just doing what you already been doing. Whatever it is, it's at this point, whatever you want to throw at is what you're going to throw at, because Brett's going to play safe. You have to take the risk.
Nick, I broke our thingy.
How do you always
I don't know. I think it was I must have accidentally did something. I don't know. But
oh my
if you can help a guy out with that one, that'd be great. Thank you, sir. And keep an eye on the match at the same time. It's gonna be so difficult. It's not a big deal. We'll just keep it. I'm sorry. It was my fault. Me and Google Sheets don't get along. All right, Brett has a subtle lead here of 162, plays 137. But yeah, those 19's the factor here. And Todd takes the early shot. And I think it's not a bad play to make those early decisions, because what do you have to lose? You're down 8-5 right now. If Brett gets a leg, it's done. So make some tight-knit plays. Could it hurt you? Yes. Could it really help you? Massively. Nick went into hibernation to try to fix the problem. So we lost him the rest of the evening. We lost him the rest of the evening. All right, Todd, what a good round to extend out the advantage. Should close. Yep, 2 17s exactly. So yeah, one round at the points to push forth the advantage, 2 to close. But it is pretty tight still, and that is a scary thing. Big 5.
Will, you broke into something special right now. I can't even fix it.
Hey, I don't know what happened.
Those numbers
I'm sorry.
are not accurate. Don't even trust them.
Okay. I think I painted the segment and it broke. So who knows? We'll figure it out down the road.
Pickle in the chat saying Nick probably thinks Mike Myers is the Halloween guy. Ha! Proves that you're not Nick. You just refer to yourself in the third person. Gotcha. Also, I know the difference because I watched Baby Driver and they made a joke about that. So thank you. And Greg saying, Nick, you two are like David Spade and Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. Very funny duo. Haven't seen Tommy Boy.
Yeah, we're gonna let that sheets out that Google Sheets for everybody to see the movies that unfortunately you have not seen. So throw some more movies in the chat so we can write them down and see if he's seen them or not. And we'll release that here in a bit because we're gonna have a movie marathon where we watch 1,000 movies in a month with Nick.
Dude, if we actually did like a movie watch along though, that'd be so cool. Can we do that? Like for real? Like where
Sure,
we just
bud.
like we'll like live stream our face cams of
Sure.
us just watching the movie,
Sure.
but not the movie itself.
Sure,
Like
son.
people can hit play at the same time as us.
Sure, son.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome,
Pa!
son.
Oh, he needs 6 pulls.
Okay, stop, Nick.
Chad's so
Well-
mad. Why is Chad so mad?
Because I don't think they understand how many movies you have not seen. And Tommy Boy's just like one of the few good ones that is on that list. It's terrible that you haven't seen those. One bull needed. Oh my goodness. One bull
No way.
needed. Todd, get the job done, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was a little sketchy right there, but he does hold on. But it wasn't that dominant win that I thought he needed. Brett, I think he's going to have a lot of confidence going into this leg, knowing that he gets to throw.
He's going to have a throw and he's going to run away with it. That's what's going to happen here.
I have seen Requiem for a Dream, by the way.
What about
None of
Grandma's
these other
Boy?
movies
He
in
hasn't.
chat. I haven't seen.
He hasn't seen Grandma's Boy. Like it is very bad. The list.
I went through that list with my dad because I feel like this is a parenting error more than anything. And he personally felt like there was only like 3 or 4 of those movies that like were actual must watch out of the 126. If that gives me any credit, you can blame my dad just as much as me.
All right, here's just a few. Step Brothers, no. The Big Lebowski, no. And one more good one just because. Waterboy, no.
Billy Madison, no. Wedding Crashers, no. Earth Girls Are Easy, no. Kingpin, no.
Kingpin, no. Yeah, just
Big
it's
Lebowski,
bad,
no.
guys. It's terrible.
Couples Retreat, no. Jay and Silent Bob, no. But I do love Clerks.
Guys, it's a losing effort. It's
No
a
Grown
losing
Ups,
effort no
no
matter
Road
what.
Trip. I have seen Dumb
Okay.
and Dumber.
All right, here we go. Brett Hollinday. This is a big moment here. This is a huge moment. Does he take the look? He will. And doesn't close underneath the triple.
Yeah, and now Todd is under some pressure, back against the wall. Tournament life on the line, and he's looking up. He does hit the big swing, 28-point difference. Thunder Bunny hits a Rumble Thunder. That didn't make sense.
Didn't make any sense at all, but you attempted it, bud. You attempted it. Casino
No.
is a no. I'm Blazing Saddles. No. This is what we're dealing with, folks. He needs help.
Haven't seen A Night Still. Haven't seen Dumb and Dumber 2. No Big Trouble in Little China. No Mallrats. No Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. No Euro Trip. No Heavy Metal. No Van Wilder. No Nutty Professor. Coming to America or Beverly Hills Cop. I have seen Frozen. I think I've seen Borat. I know I've seen one of the Borat movies.
Just stop talking, Nick. Just please stop talking. I know he's seen Goodfellas.
Yeah, it's kind of mid.
That was recent, and he said it's kind of mid. Can you believe that? All right, Todd's trying to make this his leg. Look at this fight back from Todd. This is exactly what we need here in this situation. 5.60 for him compared to Brett Hollanday's 4.40.
Yeah, this is great stuff from Todd in this moment. He's really rising to the occasion, trying to get himself onto stable footing. And what's been a very unstable match for Todd. Another big moment in this was the fact that that was a big 7 on the 16s from Brett, and aggressive dart from Todd that I didn't think he needed to take. I have seen Wayne's World. I don't really remember The Godfather. I need to rewatch it. I have seen
Which
The Goonies.
one?
1 and 2, 3 is really bad, so I don't want to see it. What I've been told.
Well, there you go. All right, Todd. Look at that play there. That's his first 9 of the night. What a time to hit it. As he's trying to make this charge back from 8-5 down.
And look at that. Brett Hollinday answers right back with some big closes. It's 4-3 on the Bulls. Todd needs to make sure to stay calculated, calm, cool, and collected. Finds a double, hits the single, and all of a sudden, he's 1 leg away from sending us to a last leg decider. Can he continue on? He finally breaks Brett Hollinday throws in the twilight hours of this leg.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
Brett's doing a big step off here. I'm getting so many people direct messaging me right now, and I believe most of them are probably not happy comments.
They're movie comments, brother. Because everybody in the chat right now is throwing movies at you left and right because they can't believe you haven't seen anything.
All right, chat, you guys are going to keep commenting movies. I'm going to scroll up in this chat. I'm not going to look at it for the rest of this match. As soon as this last leg of this match is done, as we get a 9 mark, I will go through and rapid fire these for you, but we're going to give these players the justice they deserve. Keep commenting them, though. I'll quick rapid fire at the very end.
We'll post them in the chat afterwards.
Oh, a 9 mark open for Brett, 2 mark open for Todd. This is the moment Brett was looking for. Yeah, this is dangerous. This is lethal. Todd's going to need a lot of help now. And first he has to help himself. Needs a big shot. Isn't going to find the big shot. Brett Hollinday, 1 more big close. If he closes 2 numbers in this turn, it may as well be game over.
Yep, there's the double 18 to close those 18s.
Now Todd does find the 17s there, gets to the funny number on the points, but not funny enough in this scenario. Brett should be able to get 3 17s.
I hope nobody allows you on ESPN.
What?
I hope nobody allows you on ESPN ever. Big Trip 16 for Todd. How about a couple of them?
I don't think I'm getting on ESPN. I didn't ask for this. Will, hold it together. Todd thinking the same thing. He's going to need to find all the 16s he can get. Work that dart up into place. Needs to pull to the left, but doesn't find the trip. Brett Hollinday, single 16, trip 15 will be set up for the match darts. This is Hollanday's to lose now.
Yeah, he should be set up for the win here. Oh.
Chat, for the record, I am going to rapid fire these comments so quick after the this leg is over.
Oh, this list is getting posted here in a second.
You can post it all you want. I'll rapid fire answer it right now. I'll let the people know. I keep it real.
I can't type that fast. All right.
That's why
yep.
I have the comments paused. Don't worry.
Brett's locked in here to try to win the match. Needs the 3 bulls.
And And Todd, again, a decent shot, but just not enough to turn the tides of this affair. If Brett, for some reason, goes bull, miss, it would give him a game shot. That's the only outcome that he could have. And Brett's going to make sure that that outcome doesn't happen. Double bull needed. Not going to find it yet, but now Todd needs perfection on the bulls and hope for another opportunity, one he's not likely to get at this point. And this will be game, set, and match. You have to think. Todd knows it.
Yep. It should be just one bull needed. He's done the points he needs to. And there you go. Brett Hollinday will advance to play Corey Beck in the next round. That actually may take place right there in the same location. So that'd be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I got reached out upon to, hey, we need to try to get Wisnat on there. Well, I know Bobby D's has a location. I don't know if Wisnat has a streaming location yet. Maybe we can make that a possibility. Who knows? But we'll find out what we've got next for you on the loser side, or what will happen. I think it'll be first the king seat match, and then actually they'll play the 5th, 6th on the back side, and we'll get into the 4th place on the back end. But hey, there you go, folks. What do you say? That's our Division II battle for you. Brett Hollinday pulling off the win here as he best Todd Wiegman 9-7. I actually, like I said, I thought it was going to be a little bit tight. The average is a little bit surprising that it was that tight.
Yeah, exactly. I think Brett ended up saying the steady force that he needed to be, but Todd had these moments where he was really just sneaking up on legs, and then there was moments where he was really giving out legs towards the very end. It was one of those moments where it was just very frustrating, I think, if you're in Todd's position.
Well, there you go. I released a list on that's already been brought to you by Sean Green. There's been a couple that are already jumping in now. I can see them.
Well, here, I'll rapid fire answer some real quick. Austin Powers, some of them I have seen. Nick was in the Goonies. That's fair. I'm guessing this is someone under 35. I'm 26. And then what kind of childhood did you have? Did you live without growing up with a TV? I watched a lot of YouTube. I'm only 26. The Matrix, yes. The Ringer, no. Spaceballs, yes. Truffle Shuffle, no. Basketball, no. John Wick, no. Let's Go Todd, sure. Young Guns, no. Let's see what's going on here. Shawshank Redemption, yes. Monty Python, yes. Braveheart, no. Gone in 60 Seconds, no. Dirty Dancing, no. Gilligan's Island, no. Showgirls, no. The Rock, no. Forrest Gump, yes. Who's Eating Gilbert Grape? It's What's Eating Gilbert's Grape. That's a very different movie. Yes. Iron Giant, yes. Social, no. Big, no. Nick's parents locked him in a room with a single dart and a microphone. Yes. Deliverance. No. Desperado. No. Yeah, I'm done reading all these comments. We'll do the list later.
This is what we deal with, folks. A person that doesn't watch any movies. So when we say quotes, and he's like, I don't know that. That is why. That is why. Everyone, thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate it. Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, Mike Maloney takes on Ram Guevara in our King Seat match in Division Number 1. You'll definitely want to tune in for that. We appreciate you hanging in there and dealing with us yoo-hoos tonight, because it certainly was interesting as we ran along with this Division 2 battle. Hey, we appreciate you nonetheless. Take care. We'll see you on Monday night, 8 p.m. William Stewart, Nick Teixeira, Sean Green at home. Take care. See you next time.
Stand By Me, no. Sandlot, yes. Star Wars, yes. Grease, yes. Jeepers Creepers.